Imagine being in a battle. Imagine all the chaos raining down upon you. You have gunshots going off. You have bullets flying over your head. You have explosions rocking the ground around you. And it seems like you're getting overran. So what do? You call in some air support to help save you and your platoon. A few minutes later, you suddenly hear a low guttural and this sound echoes across the terrain. It's not thunder, boys. It's the sound of freedom. It's the sound of a 30mm Freedom Cannon. And this plane is going to be called the A-10 Thunderbolt II, better known as the Warthog. Now, guys, this just isn't any plane. It's basically a gun with wings. For decades, it has been the ground pounder's best friend, a symbol of brutal effectiveness and unshakable resolve. This is the story of a plane that was never supposed to be beautiful, only deadly. The legend of the Warthog begins not in a hangar, but in the grim reality of the Cold War. In the late 1960s, NATO forces in Europe faced a massive threat. Thousands of Soviet tanks ready to roll across the plains of Germany. The U.S. Air Force's sleek, supersonic jets were designed for air-to-air combat and high-altitude bombing, but they weren't suitable for the low and slow ground-level flight required to stop an armored invasion. The Air Force needed a mud fighter, an aircraft built from the ground up for the dangerous mission of close air support. This gave birth to the AX program. The requirements were simple but demanding: a survivable aircraft that could carry a large payload of weapons and loiter over a battlefield for a long time, and operate from rough, forward airfields close to the front lines. It also needed a powerful new cannon. Two companies answered the call with prototypes: Northrop Grumman with the YA-9 and Fairchild Republic with the YA-10. While the YA-9 was a solid competitor, the Fairchild YA-10's design was a stroke of genius, prioritizing survival above all else. The YA-10 won the fly-off, and the A-10 Thunderbolt was born. It was nicknamed the Warthog, because let's be honest, it's not a supermodel of the skies. It's a tough and incredibly capable animal that looks like it belongs in a fight. The A-10's design isn't just a collection of parts. It's a philosophy built around the core principles of survival and mission effectiveness. Every part of this plane is a testament to its ruggedness. The titanium bathtub. The pilot sits inside a 1,200-pound titanium alloy bathtub that protects them from ground fire. This armor is so strong, it can withstand direct hits from 23mm anti-aircraft rounds. Many pilots have returned from missions with their tubs looking like they went through a hailstorm, but they walked away without a scratch. The Warthog has two separate redundant systems. The Warthog has two separate redundant hydraulic systems, but even if they both are destroyed, the pilot can switch to a third, a purely mechanical system of cables and pulleys called manual reversion. This system allows the pilot to retain enough control to fly the damaged aircraft home. The Warthog's two turbofan engines are mounted high on the fuselage, far away from the wings. This placement helps protect them from ground fire and allows the plane to fly even if one engine is completely destroyed. The engines themselves are a low bypass design, which means that they are quieter and produce a smaller heat signature, making them less likely to attract heat-seeking missiles. The A-10's large, straight wings aren't built for speed, but for low maneuvering and lift. They're so tough that they can sustain significant damage without compromising flight. They also allow the plane to carry its massive payload and take off and land on short, unprepared runways, a critical feature for a close air support aircraft. This is the real heart and soul of the A-10 Warthog, the GAU-8 Avenger. It's not an accessory, it's the primary reason the plane exists. The GAU-8 is a 7-barrel, 30mm Gatling gun. The projectiles it fires are the size of a beer bottle and are a mix of high explosive incendiary and depleted uranium and armor-piercing rounds. The DU rounds are so dense that they can punch through the thick armor of a main battle tank. The GAU-8's ammunition drum holds an incredible 1,174 rounds. The sound of the gun, firing at a rate of up to 3,900 rounds per minute, is an unforgettable sound. We all know it. We all love it. The raw roar that strikes fear into the hearts of American enemies. The recoil is so powerful that when the gun is fired, it exerts a force of nearly 10,000 pounds, which is more than the thrust of one of the A-10's engines. The plane was specifically designed with the gun's barrel directly on its centerline to prevent it from being thrown off balance during a gun run. The gun is incredibly accurate. At a range of 4,000 feet, 80% of the rounds will land within a 40-foot circle. When the ground commander needs a target eliminated with extreme prejudice and pinpoint accuracy, they call for the BRRRRT. The A-10's legends were cemented during Operation Desert Storm in 1991. The Warthog destroyed over 900 Iraqi tanks, 2,000 other military vehicles, and 1,200 artillery pieces. It was the absolute star of the show for a ground attack. The A-10s played a crucial role in the destruction of the Iraqi forces retreating from Kuwait on the highway of death, proving its devastating power against a large-scale armored threat. In a heroic display of its capabilities, then Captain Paul Johnson and his wingman risked their lives to rescue a downed Navy pilot deep in enemy territory. After flying for hours at a dangerously low altitude to find the pilot, Johnson used his cannon to destroy an Iraqi truck that was rapidly approaching the survivor, securing the first ever combat rescue by an A-10. He was awarded the Air Force Cross for his actions. Captain Kim Campbell, call sign Killer Chick, during the invasion of Iraq in 2003, Captain Campbell's Warthog took a direct hit from anti-aircraft fire over Baghdad. The blast destroyed one engine and severed a large portion of her wing and damaged her hydraulic systems. The aircraft began to pitch violently. She calmly switched to manual reversion and, using her superb airmanship, flew the severely damaged Warthog for over an hour back to her base. She was later awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. This story is a perfect example of why the A-10's durability is so legendary. The A-10 has earned the unwavering loyalty of the men and women on the ground it protects. You hear that sound, that BRRRRT sound, and every fiber in your body just relaxes, says Sergeant First Class Robert Jones, a U.S. Army Ranger. It means the fight is about to turn in your favor, and it's the most beautiful sound in the world. When the call goes out for a Warthog, you know a real solution is on the way, said a retired Marine Corps gunnery sergeant named Chris. They fly low enough to get a look at the enemy's faces, and that GAU-8 sends a message that they won't soon forget. It's the ultimate send in the cavalry moment. For years, the A-10 has been on the chopping block, with the Air Force arguing that its slow speed makes it too vulnerable to modern air defenses, which we all know is BS. Every veteran or airman that I've seen, they love this A-10, and I find that to be ridiculous. But every time the Warthog has been saved by its sheer effectiveness and support it receives from the Army and the Marine Corps, the public and Congress have repeatedly intervened, recognizing its irreplaceable role to keep the fleet flying. A multi-billion-dollar re-winging program was completed, replacing the old wings on 173 A-10s to extend their life well into the 2030s. The A-10 isn't a sleek, stealthy, or flashy jet fighter. It's a flying instrument of close-quarters destruction, a testament to the American engineering and determination. It's a war machine that embodies the spirit of an underdog who just won't quit. The legend of the Warthog will continue for years to come, even after it's supposedly supposed to be retired by the end of 2026. The A-10 Warthog is a guardian angel in disguise. It's a ground troop's best friend, and it's always ready to unleash its mighty hell and its mighty 30mm cannon in defense of freedom and protecting our ground soldiers. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about the A-10. I enjoyed researching and learning a little bit more because there's actually some things I actually didn't know about the A-10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.